So hello and welcome to P Academy. So in this video, you're going to be drawing the isometric, the orthographic projection of this diagram that you're seeing on your screen right now. So I've redrawn this as so I'll be making reference to this, and you can also see it somewhere hanging around the screen. So you're going to be drawing this in first angle projection. So let me just give you an overview of what it's all about. So once you come across a question like this, there's always an arrow. Exactly, to tell you that draw the orthographic projection or the first angle projection with the arrow, the front elevation. So what just actually means is that if you have a first angle projection, it's always something looking like this. What it basically means is if you are looking at it towards this direction, what do you see? So that's what you are going to draw, and they call that one the front elevation. After doing that, you're going to have lines like it's drawn at an angle of 45 degrees. Exactly. So underneath it, you're going to have another drawing depending on what the isometric drawing looks like, and then they call that one the plan. They call this the plan, call this the front elevation, and then you're going to have the side view. Exactly. So that's just like summary of what first angle projection looks like. Now if it is a third angle projection, is also similar to first angle. The only difference is that instead of this angle coming down, it will go up like this. So this is how first angle will look like, and this is what third angle. And then right here at the top is where you're going to have your plan, and then you're going to have your side view just by the side. So this is first, this is third. But now we are going to be doing first angle projection. So like I said earlier, I've done the explanation of this particular drawing in another video. If you just check the playlist, you'll find it there. But now let's just do the real practical one, so where we are going to be paying attention to the dimensions and everything. All right, so before we get started, please, if you are new here or you are yet to subscribe, please click on that subscribe button to subscribe. You find it at the lower right of your screen. Just tap on it to subscribe to the channel. All right, so thank you very much if you have just done that. So now let's get started. So like I said earlier, we are looking at it in this direction. So that means if you are looking at this, let's take it to be a real shape, exactly, a real figure, a real that we can see. If you are looking at it, okay, I think let me use something to explain something. So if you are looking at it in this direction, what can you see? Exactly. So just to give us a rough sketch of what you can see. So it's going to be looking like this. So what you are going to be seeing is something like this. And exactly, and then this particular part coming like this. So you're also going to see this line. So I hope you get the idea now. So what do you see when you are looking at it directly, such that you are not seeing this either the top, the left, or the right? Exactly. So that's just the concept behind first angle projection. So if you are looking at it directly, exactly, so what do you see? This is how it's going to look like. So now let's go ahead and draw this. Now, for us to start with, you have to pay attention. What is the total length from for this place? Now, if you look at the drawing here, from here to here is 15, and then we are giving that to somewhere here is 50, right? From here to here is 50, and this is 10, and then this small part here is just at the corner side. Exactly, it didn't extend here, but if you are to look at it, you are giving to be 5. So that's another thing about isometric projection. You have to pay attention to all the dimensions given. So if you add that up, we are having 15, we are having 50, we are having 10, and we are having 5. So that should give us 50, 60, and that should give us 80. Exactly. So that's about 80 centimeter. So now let's draw that. So 80, so that will just be 8. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then so on that part also, let's just take notes of some of these points. From here to here, we are given to be 15. From here to here is 50, 10, and 5. So let's just indicate some of those points. So this is 15. And then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 50, 10, and towards the end is 5. Okay. So now let's draw the vertical height. So right here, the height here is 4.5 centimeter, and then on this side here, so it will have, we're giving it to be 20, that's 2 centimeter. So let's just draw a vertical line, then you can just measure it later. Okay, so let me measure the height of 4.5 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4.5 is right here. So let me just draw the like a rectangle. This should be with a faint line first. It should be faint anyway. So now let's just go ahead and bring out the real front, the front elevation. So this, we can go ahead and draw this line. This with a faint line first. And then this with a faint line. You might not see it anyway, but just follow along. If I should make it too bold or too thick, you might just get confused. So then this height here is 0.5. So let me just measure it here. So this is 0.5. And then, okay, let me also measure the height here. From here to here, we are going to be 20, which is 2 centimeter. So let me just try to get my point again. So I can just draw it across anyway. Alright, so let me just make the necessary lines. Let me make it bold so that you can see it, get what we are trying to achieve here. So the front view will look something like this. From here, straight up. So this one I can make it bold. And then remember this line like this. So the distance from here to here is given to be, let's see, were we giving? Okay, let's just take it to be, what did I use here? So let's just take it to be 1 centimeter away. So 1 centimeter away is somewhere here. Exactly. So what you just do for that part is you just join it here. So now if we are looking at it directly, so like we have, okay, it remains one more thing. It remains this part here. This place is 0.5, so let's make it bold. Let's make this place bold. So if you've watched the explanation I did on this particular first angle projection, I believe everything will make more sense. All right, so like you see, so if you are looking at it directly, this is what the diagram is going to look like. Don't forget this part here. Just in case you are seeing these lines, these other lines, they are supposed to be faint lines, but the one I made bold is what we are going to see. Exactly. So once you have achieved the front view, now the next thing you are supposed to do is you have to project all these lines. From all these points, you project it downwards from here you project them downwards. The one that comes, the horizontal lines, to project it both to the right and both to the left. Exactly. So now let me quickly do that. So that is if you are not yet conversant with isometric projection. You can also do it along the line. If you are drawing it, you just do everything at once. But hey, if you are just still new to isometric projection, you first of all get this, and then. So now I want to project. Let me start with the horizontal lines. So in projecting those lines, make sure they are thin lines. Don't make them thick, but I'll try to make it thick so that you can see it anyway. So just project it. So you can see I'm sliding the T-square on this other one, so that just to make sure that, I mean my set square rather, so I project this also. So I'll project this. This is the next one. And down at the top. So we've projected all the horizontal, and now the next one is the vertical lines. So you have to make sure that the lines are still parallel when you have to check them. So project this downward. So I'm going to project this line, this, and this. So if you make a mistake in this front view, the front elevation is going to affect other things. So then you project this like this. All right, so having done that, now the next thing we want to draw now is the plan. And the plan simply is, if you are now looking at it from the top, exactly. So if you are looking at it from the top, what will you see? Exactly. So let me give you a rough sketch of what you are going to see. If you are looking at it from the top, such that you are not seeing the left, the right, or the all this the four sides, you are just seeing only the top. So you are going to be seeing something like this. So you're going to be seeing some. You can decide to just pause the video and just try to see, to draw a rough sketch from your own end. So you're going to be seeing something like this. Exactly. So this represents the four sides. Then this one at the side, at this end here, it's going to look like this. You're going to be having something like this at the side, and then this part here that looks like a triangular like shape is going to look like this. Exactly. So this is what you are going to see. This particular diagram here is what you are going to see if you are looking at it from the top. Now there's something that okay, I'm missing one part now, and this. Okay, hold on. So it will look like this, and this will stop here. Exactly. So this is what you are going to see now. But once you are dealing with first angle projection, there's what we call hidden details. And if you're familiar with technical drawing, we represent it with short dashes. What are hidden details? Now, if you are looking at it from the top, if you look at this place here, you see that there is there is an opening underneath it. Just like, let's just say this right here is a support. This is a support. Just like you have your table or your bench. This is like an open space that extends underneath it. Exactly. So this space here. And then, okay, there's something I need to correct here. This line here should be a faint line, so don't make it too bold. Exactly. Don't make it bold. This should be a faint line or a thin line. So for this part here, it's just an opening that goes underneath it. So that means there is a point here. There's like an edge here and here for you to indicate that you are going to use short dashes. Exactly. So that can come somewhere like this. So just like saying that if you are looking at it from the top, you can't see it, but it exists. Exactly. So we are going to be using short dashes. So this is how the plan is going to look like. That's when you are looking at it from the top. So now let's do this. Now, interestingly, if you are doing it with isometric projection, all these lines that you've projected is what you are going to use as a guide, exactly, to draw this. So that's what I'm saying earlier, that you have to be careful with your projection. If your projections are wrong, it will affect it. So by default, if you should measure it, it should also be giving you the same length you started with, because that's what we are going to use. Because if you look at it here, when we are drawing this, well, if you are looking at it from the front, like the total length here is 80. By the time you are looking at it at the top, this part to here should also give us 80. Exactly. All right, so now let's produce, can you see it? So let's do this, which is when you are looking at it from the top. So it's going to look like this. So you also have to make sure that the horizontal line too you are going to be starting with is still parallel. So you can just leave any convenient space from here to where you're going to start your plan. So for the plan now, it's going to look like this. So I'll just go ahead and make it bold where necessary. So I'm starting from this line here to this line. So then let me measure the height, which is from here to here, and then that's let's see, which is 45. That's also 45. So let me measure 4.5. So this is 4.5. Up to this point here. And then what else? So this will be bold. Now don't forget all these lines, if you are looking at it either from the top or from the line, if these lines that you can see, these edges, you make them bold. Exactly. So you make them bold. Now you see this line that I represented with short dashes here. Now this is the line here. That's the line that is, you can see, that's the line that is passing across the plan. So you just use the short dashes here. Also on this part here, you can see this opening that is underneath it. This is the line that extends under it. So just bring it short dashes. All right. So the next thing we want to do is for this part here, which is this side of the drawing, and then for this one. All right. So from the dimensions that we have been given, we are told that the length from here to here is 10, and from here to here too is 10. So what we can just do is we measure. Let's just measure that 10. So from here to here, this is 10, and then from here to here, this is 10. And then so let's just join this. So we've gotten this. Now the next one is this. If you are looking at it from the top, this is what it's going to look like. Exactly. But if you are looking at it from the side, it's going to look like a right angle triangle. All right, so now let's pay attention to the dimensions. We are told that it has a thickness of 9 centimeter, and the total length from here to here is 45. So what we are just going to do is we are going to measure 18 centimeter from here to here, from here to here, leaving us with 9 centimeter here. I think I've explained it in the other video. So let's do that. So 18 centimeter from here this is 10. 1.8 centimeter. This is 1 centimeter. This is 1.5. This is 1.8. and then this is 1 centimeter, 5, 10, 15, 1, 2, 3. So the way I take my measurement, just don't let you, I can start from any point. Like I said, I don't really start from the 0 point. I can just start from anywhere, so don't be confused. So 18, 1.8, this is it here. And if I should measure it from 1.8 from starting from here, this is it here. Alright, so what you are just to do is, having gotten that point, just bring in your set square again. So you can just start with faint lines. Now this is where it's going to stop. Exactly. And then we give it a distance from here to here to be 1 centimeter, right? So let me measure 1 centimeter, which is right here. So let me just measure it at the top. So now we can just make it bold. Alright, so this is what the plan will look like. So that means this is what you are going to see when you are looking at it from the top. Now when you are looking at it from the top, you can't really say this part here is a right angle triangle. Exactly. So that's the concept of isometric projection, where you are going to look at it from the top, from the front elevation, the plan, and then the side view. They are going to give you different orientation. Exactly. And some of these things, let me also explain something at this point. They are kind of like related. Now, if you look at what we have here so far, we've drawn this is, let me write it here, this is the front elevation. This is the plan. Exactly. Now, if you look at what we have so far, you see that there's a kind of relation with them. Look at this point here, which is the extension we are having on this part here. Just the same space we created for it is what brought us here. Now, if you look at this shape you have, when you are looking at it from this front elevation, what is looking like a right angle triangle, you can look at the space that it took. What we have here is what we transferred here. Exactly. There's even one line that I've just seen now that we didn't really transfer. We're supposed to transfer this point here straight down, and if you should transfer it, it will pass through this place. So initially we are not even supposed to measure it. So let's quickly do that. So if you are using a t-square, you might not need to be bringing in your set square the way I'm doing it, but if I thought you are using a t-square, make sure your drawing board is in good shape, especially the edges. All right, so you need to introduce that line. So now I haven't done that, so let's see my protractor. Just a minute. Where are you? Oh, oh. Okay. All right, now the next is to draw the angle of 45 degrees. So like I explained earlier, I'm going to, from this point here, you draw an angle of 45 degrees. So you can decide to use your 45 degree set square too, even if you do not see your protractor. Let's do this. So if your protractor is not handy, you can also use your 45 degree set square. So from here, and then from here also, exactly. So that is it. Now the next thing we are going to do is we are going to extend all of these lines, these horizontal lines. Anywhere we have any horizontal line, we are going to extend it to touch this this line that we've just drawn at an angle of 45 degrees. Exactly. So let's quickly do that. Again, you have to make sure that the lines are parallel to the other horizontal lines that you have drawn, especially all this. Make sure they are also parallel. So so let me just make sure. Okay. And there should be faint lines. Exactly. So there should be faint lines. So if you're wondering why I'm changing pencil, this is HB, the other one is 2B. That one is more darker than this. So I've extended one line. So this other lines too. So if you are finding value in this, please give it a thumbs up. And then, oh. So you just have to be careful when drawing these lines. And all right, so we haven't done that. Now the next thing is this, where it is touching all this line, all this point here. So let me just use my pencil to indicate the point of intersection here. We are going to be drawing vertical lines. So we're going to be drawing a vertical line to come and touch this horizontal line that we're having at the top here. I don't know if you can still see it. So make sure it is still with faint lines. And then this. So you're going to be having something like this. Then on this side, yeah. So you have to make sure those lines are parallel enough. And if it's not parallel, you definitely know the end result will let you know, and I'll show you in a bit. All right. So this is what we are going to be having now. Now, if you want to know if you are correct or if your lines are parallel enough, if you are looking at it from the side view, now that if you are looking at it from this side, okay, you can't see it. If you are looking at it from this side, definitely the length from here to here would be 45. So if you have projected those lines and you bring in your ruler to check, if you are not having the length that of the side view, let's just say from here to here now is 45. If you look closely now, you see that we are having our 45. Okay. So if you are not having the length there, that means there's a mistake. You have to measure it at the top and at the bottom too. Exactly. So if you are not having that value, then there's a mistake. So that's the essence of making sure that all your projections, right from when you finish drawing your front elevation, remember it's those lines are going to project downward. It's the same lines you are going to use to draw your plan, and you're also going to project it horizontally before you project it vertically again. So you can see that consistency is very important. If not, you mix everything up. So now let's draw the side view. The next one we're going to draw is, if you are looking at it in this direction now, exactly. Don't forget, if you are looking at it towards this direction, that's how we got our front elevation. If you are looking at it from the top, that's where we got our plan. Now we are drawing the side view. If you are looking at it from this direction, what can you see? So let's do a rough sketch of what it will look like. So if you are looking at it from this direction, this is what it's going to look like. So you're going to be having something like this. So this is just a rough sketch anyway. Exactly. And then let's see, this line here, this particular part, you're going to have it like this, right? Now this part that is being cut out, that is underneath it, it stops here. So you're going to indicate that with some hidden lines. Is that clear? So what else? Now this part that is like a triangular, like if you're looking at it from this, so what you are just going to be seeing, if you are looking at it from here, you're going to be seeing something like this, right? Then you see this part at the back, you can't see it when you are looking at it from this side. From this side you can't see it. So what do? You look, you are going to use short dashes, so it's going to continue straight down, and on this side so it will continue straight down. Short dashes, that's for hidden details. Exactly. So definitely this is what it's going to be looking like. Exactly. I hope that is clear enough. I've explained all of this in the analysis video I did on this same drawing for isometric projection. So this, we are going to be having it on this side. All right. So for us to create this now, so let me just fold it so that you can see it. Now for us to do this, you don't need to introduce any line. Exactly. All these lines that we've projected is what is going to guide us in doing this. Exactly. So let's do it. All right. Now from this rough sketch, you can see that you will see all the edges. Exactly. So let's just produce that. Let's make it. So let's just produce that. So this is. So since all the four sides will be visible, so let's just go ahead and produce it. Okay. All right. So now let's introduce this line here, which is the short dashes, which represents the this part here. Like if you are looking at it from here, you can't see it. That's why you have short dashes. Now the line that represent that, if you look at it, this is it. This is the line here. So this is the line here. So that's why I'm saying that all of those projections, when you are working with the side view, they are already there. So let's just use it. This is it here. So it's going to be short dashes. So most times if you are drawing the side view, you don't need to take any measurement again. All these lines that you've projected, you just see that all of them are working together to produce your side view. Then the next one is let's produce this also. This one at the back, you can see it here, that we represented with short dashes also. So the line that is giving us, so you can just look at it. If you measure it and it's giving you your 1 centimeter, which is the 1 centimeter from here to here, that's to let us know that this is the line and this is the line here. Exactly. And also if you just want to confirm, also if you are looking at it from the top, when we are drawing this top, you can see that this part here, you can see this is the edge here. This is the line that extends here and continue here. It's the same line that extends here and continue here. So that's just like letting you know that this is the line that represents this part on the side view. Exactly. So with short dashes, so short dashes for hidden details. Then for this particular one that we can see, which is this line here, represent this. If you are looking at it directly from here, you won't see it as a bent line. Exactly. You won't see it as a line that looks like a slope. What you are going to be seeing is just vertical line. So that line is this particular line. You can see this is it here. This is it here. So this is the line that extends here, and that line is also going to stop here. You can see it here. If you are looking at it here, this is where it stops. So this is where it's going to stop to. Okay, so this is just going to be a thick line straight to that point. And then the next is this particular line, which is this line here. If you are looking at it towards this direction, this line here, and this line that we are having here, this is it here too. So this is it that passes through this place. So right here we are going to be having so this is what the side view is going to be looking like on this part. Now The next one we are going to draw on this side here is, if you are looking at it from this side now, exactly. So this is going to be the this is the right, this is going to be the left side view, this is the right side view, and then this is when we are looking at it from the front elevation, and this is in direction of the plan. Exactly. All right, so if you are looking at it from here, what can you see, or what are you going to see? So let's do a rough sketch. So we are going to be seeing all the four sides. Exactly, we're going to see the four sides. Now this line also, we are going to see it. It's going to, unlike this place now, we use, when we are looking at it from here, you can't see it. But if you are looking at it from this side now, you can see it. So we are going to be using a thick line instead of short dashes. Exactly. Then you see this, where we have this this thick line, because if you are looking at it from here, it's visible. But now if you are looking at it from the back, let's call this the back, it's not going to be visible. Exactly. So it's going to be